Okay, and we're back for game number 1 with Bartholo Oath, the deck that I've just done a deck tech on. I'm going to play ranked. I'm currently ranked 88 on Masters. I'm going to be doing these videos one at a time. I think there is going to be a lot of interruption from my babies who are sleeping, and I think they're going to wake up anytime. So I'm only going to be able to do these one game at a time. But wow, I'm surprised how long this queue is. There we go. Okay, my first game on video. This hand, it's all green except for this one card here. I think this is good enough to keep. If we draw into a black source over the next couple of turns, we're in good shape. I think with this start, see, if I had another land, if I had one more land in my hand, I would run out both the infantries, but because then I can attack for 9 next turn. But because I don't have a land, and if I play both infantries and I don't draw a land, then I'm attacking for 3. I would rather just go ahead and play the Oath Book and start building this one up. Attacking for 4 on turn 2 is pretty amazing. Not a lot of decks can do that. That's fine, it's a 1-for-1 trade. I could really use a land though. So he's used one Lightning Storm. I'm still gonna just play the one infantry because of having a Paladin Oath Book in play. I'm perfectly happy attacking with just one unit. So he's stuck on 2 lands and I'm stuck on 2 lands. He's just used 2 Lightning Storms and I've just used 2 District Infantries. I think this is kind of funny. So we'll go ahead and protect it. Ah, perfect. That's the land I'm looking for. So this infantry is not important to me anymore. I think this Bartholo is what I'm going to be attacking with next turn. Even if I draw land, I'm still going to be attacking with the Bartholo because it grows, and as it gets big enough, it'll be very difficult for my opponent to handle. So I've drawn my 3rd land, and my opponent has drawn his 3rd land at the same time. He's playing Felon Control, and this deck has been incredibly popular recently, because I believe Manuus or someone wrote an article on Reddit about this deck sort of hitting the blind spot of the metagame. That was a quote, and basically I think 30 to 40% of the decks that I played yesterday during my climb to Masters is this deck right here. I'm not suiting up the Bartholo with a Falchion because I'm sure this deck has removal spells. I would rather he tap out, then I can play this and go for the kill, rather than playing it and then having it exposed to a removal spell. Although you could argue that if I had played it, he would be at 3, and either one of these units would kill him. But see, this way, I still do kill him. This would do exactly 7 damage. But I think this is a little bit safer because against control decks like this, if you can afford to, you want to save your weapons and not expose it to removal. And you know they play with a lot of removal spells. That was a pretty quick and easy game. Yeah, so back to Felon Control. I've been playing against it a lot. My original ladder climbing deck was Praxis, and this is the new one here. And I never had any issues with Felon Control, so I'm not sure which part of the meta it is good against. I'm just not sure. This hand is pretty decent. 2-drop, 3-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop with 2 lands. But I think I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. Nah, let's just keep it. Hope I draw into a land. Any land will allow me to play the Valkyrie Enforcer and also the Bloodletter, making my Instigator quite strong. I played the Instigator first because it does more damage. That's pretty much it. I'm not worried about his first removal spell. There's no point playing around a torch. Perfect. Though, it's too bad. It's colorless. Um, against this deck, I don't think he has any. Well, he probably has a torch, but he won't be able to torch this. That's actually one interesting thing about I find about Eternal is that you can play a weapon onto a unit, and your opponent doesn't have an opportunity to respond to it. That's perfectly fine. I'll silence it next turn with the Valkyrie Enforcer and attack him for 6. Another reason why Valkyrie Enforcer is such a powerful unit. I think I would argue that this is a better unit than Seraph. I know that Seraph is more powerful in terms of raw power, but I think the Valkyrie Enforcer is pretty much good in any situation. It's probably close. Okay, finally got my 4th land. Yep, we attack. He's gonna chump block with the Temple Scribe, I'm sure, which is fine. This deck, I don't believe has any way of raffing the board, so I will play it all out. Actually, I won't, because he has 5 mana. It's likely that he can cast a Obliterate, or he can play a Predatory Cranosaur with 6 power. So let's save the Finest Hour and protect one of my units. If he obliterates this, then he's in a lot of pain when I Finest Hour it and then attack back. That's fine. I have 2 evasive units, so I can still. Oh, that's even better. All right, well, unlucky for you. That was a good top deck. Even if I didn't top deck that, I would just swing for 5. I'm only doing 5 damage to him either way because he's blocking, so. It is nice to get Cerso off the board, though. Yep, that's perfectly fine. I have no problems attacking into that. Because of cards like Finest Hour, he spends 4 mana playing a card that I can beat with 1 mana. Oh, wow. That's such a good top deck. Well, I'm sorry, opponent. That's just not your day. You're dead on board. I have 8 damage here. He knows he's dead, so he knows that I have a Finest Hour because I paused a lot. I played against this particular opponent quite a bit last night. He's changed decks a few times though. I don't think this is the deck he ran last time. So 2 quick, easy wins. Alright. This is clearly a mulligan. No playable cards on turn 1. This is perfectly fine. Oh, I can hear that my son is crying. I might have to stop this video if his crying increases. So let's start with the Tinker Overseer because it grows as big as the Instigator and it flies, so it's a little bit more aggressive. I think this is going to be a close game. Opponent has a very good draw. He's going to probably Sandstorm Titan up next turn, and I don't know if I want to kill this. I don't actually care about him drawing cards. I just want to be aggressive. This deck isn't there for the long haul. I just want to do as much damage as quickly as I possibly can. So I'm actually not worried about him drawing 2 cards. Okay, I might have to go and pick up my son, but I will continue to play this game out. I'm gonna turn off the mic, so unfortunately there will be no commentary for the rest of the game. But I mean, I could also leave the mic on, but then you'll be hearing him crying, so